In 1854, a war started between Britain, France, and Turkey and Russia. It was called the Crimean War. The hospitals for the soldiers were terrible. There were no baths or toilets. There was blood everywhere. The soldiers were hungry and their clothes were dirty. Many people in Britain were very angry about all this. One of them was a woman called Florence Nightingale. Okay, and this was the story. In 1854, 1854年的时候呢，一场战争爆发了。那这场战争就是在英国、法国、土耳其和俄罗斯之间展开的战争。这个战争名字被称之为了克里米亚战争 ，It was called。那么这个战争当中，我们看一下下面的一个开始 ，the hospitals。我们说在战争里面一定会有一些医院吧，就是为了一些我们的一些后援支持吧。医院的条件非常的差 ，the hospitals for soldiers were terrible。那么为这些士兵所提供的这个医院治疗条件非常非常差，我们看多差。There were no beds， 根本没有床 ，or toilets， 也没有卫生间，就是没有床没有厕所。那么这些士兵如果受了伤的话，他只能往地上一躺。那你说，其实本来也许没有什么大碍，但是因为这个条件太差，也许最终可能因为客观条件就致死了吧。所以说当时条件非常差，没有床，没有厕所 ，there was blood everywhere。地上到处都是血，你想这样会容易那个交叉感染或者传染，而且很恶心，对吧？看着很脏兮兮的样子，非常非常可怕。The soldiers were hungry and their clothes were dirty， 而且士兵也非常饥饿，没得可吃。同时他们的衣服也是非常脏。我们说，你受伤之后，抵抗力变得很差，条件又很差，卫生环境也很差，衣服还是脏了。那么这样的话，其实整个下来的话，基本上你要不想死都容易，都难吧。所以你看这个状况呢。我们为什么说 terrible？ 所以后边都在解释有多么的 terrible。There were no beds or toilets. There was blood everywhere. The soldiers were hungry and their clothes were dirty. 所以 many people in Britain， 所以很多英国的人都非常非常生气。那么其中就有南丁格尔，他听闻此事之后也是非常的震惊，觉得这个实在是太过分了。你说你前方打仗，那么后方我们这些士兵们，对吧？他们受了伤，然后没有人救治，条件又那么差，哎呀，太可怕了。OK。Let's read again and translate. In 1854, a war started between Britain, France, and Turkey and Russia. 1854年，在英国、法国、土耳其和俄罗斯之间爆发了一场战争。It was called the Crimean War. 战争被称之为克里米亚战争。The hospitals for soldiers were terrible. 那为士兵所提供的医院条件非常非常的恶劣。There were no baths or toilets. There was blood everywhere. The soldiers were hungry and their clothes were dirty. 那么在医院里面没有床位，没有厕所，地上到处都是血迹，并且士兵也都非常之饥饿，他们的身上的衣物非常的脏。Many people in Britain were very angry about all this. 许多英国人都对此事非常的震怒。One of them was a woman called Florence Nightingale. 那么其中就有一位女士叫做 Florence 南丁格尔。And then we see how did he act. 我们看一下南丁格尔这么生气之后，他做了什么事情。Florence Nightingale was born on 12 May 1820. When she was a girl, she studied history and science. She was a good speaker of French, German, and Italian, and she often visited other countries. Florence wanted to be a nurse, but her mother and father didn't like the idea. Florence didn't listen to her parents. 我们这里插入一点点，就是南丁格尔的一些背景介绍。那首先，他的出生年月时间大家记住了 ，was born on the 12th May 1820。那么南丁格尔出生在1820年5月12号。When she was a girl, she studied history and science。她小的时候呢，学习的是历史和科学。She was a good speaker。那么 good speaker 表示她非常的精通法语、德语还有意大利语。哇，天才哈，很厉害。And she often visited other countries， 并且她经常去其他国家进行游访。那么弗伦萨呢，她自己呢其实很想成为一名护士，可是她父母对此是非常不支持的。但最终 she didn't listen to her parents， 她没有听她父母的这个意见，最终还是毅然决然的选择她这个护士之路。Okay, so let's translate. Florence Nightingale was born on the 12th May 1820. When she was a girl, she studied history and science. She was a good speaker of French, German, and Italian, and she often visited other countries. Florence wanted to be a nurse, but her mother and father didn't like the idea. Florence didn't listen to her parents. 佛伦斯·南丁格尔出生于1820年5月12号。当他小的时候呢，他学习的是历史和科学，同时他精通法语、德语、意大利语，他还经常去其他国家进行游访。那么佛伦萨非常想成为一名护士，可是当时他的父母是非常不同意这个想法的，可是最终呢，他还是毅然决然地选择了护士这个行业。In October 1854, when she was 34, Florence and 37 army nurses traveled to the hospital in Scutari, in the Crimea. There was a lot of work to do, but they worked very hard. After 6 months, the conditions in the hospital were very different. The hospital was clean, and there were toilets, clean clothes, and food for the soldiers. Wow, things get changed. Perfect. 那么在1854年10月份的时候呢，佛伦萨当时是34岁。那么他跟随37个其他的护士呢，就一起来到了这个克里米亚的这个重镇地区，就是 Scutari 这个医院里面去。那么有很多事情要带他们去做了吧，因为当时要那么差嘛，所以他们工作的非常辛苦。在他们辛辛苦苦的半年的这个工作之后，那么整个的条件发生了翻天覆地的变化。我们看一下，首先就是医院变得非常的干净了，而且呢，有了厕所，而且还有了非常干净的一些衣物，同时为士兵们准备了足够的食物供给。Perfect, right? 所以这个南丁格尔真的非常厉害。Let's read again and translate. In October 1854, when she was 34, Florence and 37 other nurses traveled to the hospital in Scutari, in the Crimea. There was a lot of work to do, but they worked very hard. After 6 months, the conditions in the hospital were very different. The hospitals was clean, and there were toilets, clean clothes, and food for the soldiers. OK, 我们来把这段再次翻译一下，这个非常激动人心的一个好的消息。在1854年的10月份，南丁格尔当时已经34岁了，他跟随37名其他的护士呢，就一起来到了 Scutari 这个地方，就是我们说的斯库台，对吧？这个地方，然后它是属于克里米亚的战争区域当中去。当时呢，有非常多的事情要他们去做，因为医院的环境非常的差。可是呢，他们非常辛勤的工作，在他们辛勤的6个月的工作之后呢，整个的医院的条件发生了翻天覆地的变化，完全跟以前就不同了。医院变得干净了，而且修建了厕所，还有非常干净的衣物以及食物供给给士兵们使用。Okay, and next. So, the soldiers at Scutari loved Florence Nightingale and called her the lady with the lamp. Soon, she was famous in Britain and all over the world. She died on 13th August 1910, when she was 90. 那么士兵们呢，就非常喜爱南丁格尔吧，所以他们就把她称之为了提灯女神，或者是提灯之女都可以，把她称之为提灯女神。那么很快呢，她在英国就变得非常出名，同时在全世界也非常的出名了起来。那么最终呢，她是在1910年的8月13号去世，享年90岁的高龄。Okay, and that's the end. The soldiers at Scutari loved Florence Nightingale and called her the lady with the lamp. Soon, she was famous in Britain and all over the world. She died on 13th August 1910, when she was 90. 那么在斯库台的这个士兵们都非常的爱戴南丁格尔，他们都把她称为了提灯女神。很快，她就在英国出名了起来，同时她的大名也传播了全世界去。她死于1910年8月13日，享年90岁。Now read the text again and listen. Answer the questions. That's all the test. 那么刚刚读完了这个南丁格尔的故事，那么接下来呢，各位同学跟着录音再次来学习一下，我们来回答几个问题。Number 1, why were the hospitals terrible? 2, Florence wanted to be a nurse. Were her mother and father happy? 3, what was different in the Scutari hospital after 6 months? 4, the soldiers called Florence the lady with the lamp. Why do you think? Okay, just now we just read the lady with the lamp. We learned the story of Nightingale. She and the other 37 nurses went to Crimea, the war, the place, right? and they changed everything there. The conditions there was totally different, thanks to their work, their hard work. So please read the task again and listen, and answer all the questions here. 那么刚刚楚老师带大家已经读了一遍，又给大家进行了解释。那么这一遍呢，大家来自己跟读一下，并且再次 close your eyes and listen， 眼睛闭上呢，跟着我们这个再进入那个南丁格尔当时的事情。Okay, so here we go. Listen again. The lady with the lamp.
Unit 14, Exercise 1B. Read, listen, and answer the questions.
The Lady with the Lamp. In 1854, a war started between Britain, France, and Turkey, and Russia. It was called the Crimean War. The hospitals for the soldiers were terrible. There were no beds or toilets. There was blood everywhere. The soldiers were hungry, and their clothes were dirty. Many people in Britain were very angry about all this. One of them was a woman called Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale was born on the 12th of May, 1820. When she was a girl, she studied history and science. She was a good speaker of French, German, and Italian, and she often visited other countries. Florence wanted to be a nurse, but her mother and father did not like the idea. Florence did not listen to her parents. In October 1854, when she was 34, Florence and 37 other nurses travelled to the hospital in Scutari in the Crimea. There was a lot of work to do, but they worked very hard. After 6 months, the conditions in the hospital were very different. The hospital was clean, and there were toilets, clean clothes, and food for the soldiers. The soldiers at Scutari loved Florence Nightingale and called her the Lady with the Lamp. Soon she was famous in Britain and all over the world. She died on the 13th of August, 1910, when she was 90.
Okay, so this is the lady with the lamp, see? And this is the picture of Nightingale. When she nursed the soldiers there, she always carried a lamp. That's why all the soldiers called her the lady with the lamp. 那这是我们的一个漫画的一个原型。那这就是在工作当中的南丁格尔经常提着一盏灯。那么当士兵们在这个生病当中非常难受过程当中看到一盏灯过来的话，那么这南丁格尔过来了，会为他们消减一些痛苦，所以她就被称之为了提灯女神。Okay, just now we have some questions, right? Now let's see the answers. 刚刚呢，我们给大家留了一些小问题，看大家这个问题找到了没有 ？Why were hospitals terrible? 为什么说这个医院特别可怕呢？医院怎么会可怕呢？我们看这篇文章里面是怎么说的 ？Did you find the answer? 你找到答案了吗 ？Why were the hospitals terrible? 怎么就说它很可怕了呢 ？Because there were no beds or toilets, and there was blood everywhere. 2. Flora wanted to be a nurse. Were her mother and father happy? 那么她很想成为一名护士，她的爸爸妈妈对此非常高兴吗 ？Of course, right. No, they weren't. They didn't like the idea, huh? 3. What was different in the Scutari Hospital after 6 months? 那么在这半年之后，这个 Scutari Hospital 发生什么样的变化？大家还记得吧 ？After 6 months. After 6 months, the hospital was clean. There were toilets and clean clothes, and there was food for the soldiers. Last one. The soldiers called Florence the lady with the lamp. Why do you think? 好，大家看这个问题，人们为什么把她称之为了提灯女神呢 ？Because she carried a lamp with her, right? That's so easy. 是因为她经常会提着一盏灯跟她在一起吧 ？Okay, and this is all the things about the text. And let's analyze the text again. 好，那我们刚刚粗略的把文章读了一遍，并且回答了问题。那么接下来我们把文章来再次给大家分析一下。